Working now. Had some technical difficulties streaming the KnicksFanTV. Post game live once again. CP from the KnicksFanTV. What's good out there, people? I'm just testing out some technical difficulties before I get through to my takeaways and start the show. Let's see how it's looking now. All right, here we go. Here we go. Just had to unplug the controller and plug it back in. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day when you had Nintendo, yes, you used to have to blow on the cartridge, jam it in the Nintendo, get it to work. But we back working. Up at him. What's going on? Post game live. CP from the KnicksFanTV. Solo dolo tonight. I almost didn't want to come on this damn show tonight. You know what I'm saying? To be completely honest with you, we had a long West Coast trip. Me and Jay Ellis did the watch along. We had a long nights, late nights with lots of losses. So it was tough to take. But we had a couple nights off. And we thought when this team was going to come back to the Garden, happy to be home, happy to see the fans. You figured, yeah, we're a little shorthanded, but, you know, win or lose, we still going to bring our A game, bring our top-notch effort. And it just wasn't to be tonight, man. It just wasn't to be tonight. I mean, the theme of tonight is guts. It's all about guts, man. And we got to start with Canner, right? Because they claim, you know, Canner didn't play tonight. They claim Canner was out with the flu. But it looked like he just caught some bad guts, man. Yeah. I got 1 burger, 2 burgers, 3 burgers. Let's do it. My man ate 7 burgers, 4 triple cheeseburgers with eggs on it. Then all of a sudden they tell you that he can't make the game because he got the flu. My man got the bubble guts, man. 7 burgers. I'm sitting there looking like there's no way. There's no way. I don't care how big you are, man. There's no way, man. So it starts with Cannon. We're shorthanded. We're short man on the front court. Game starts. Cornet gets into foul trouble early. Vonleh gets into foul trouble early. So obviously at that point, you already knew which way this game was going to go. The game just had a very weird tone to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a very weird tone to it. We were getting dominated early, turnovers early, stagnated offense early. You know, Moutier was terrible tonight. Let's just put it out there. The point guards were terrible tonight. Moutier was terrible tonight. Give credit to the Pacers. They played excellent defense. Obviously, with our simplistic offense that we run out there, the Pacers basically knew everything we was going to do before we did it. You know what I mean? They were all over the passing lanes. And so they set the tone defensively. I thought defensively we were abysmal in every sense of the word, whether it's in the paint, whether it's on the perimeter. We couldn't get stops. Once again, little Sabonis. We had little Sabonis looking like Tim Duncan out there. Somebody in the chat had said that. We got little Sabonis looking like Tim Duncan out there. Once again, abusing the Knicks. I think he dropped like 22 points, 15 boards or something like that. 22 points, 15 boards. And you know, for us, it was just, we just couldn't mount anything. I was highly surprised that they even tied the game at halftime. I was surprised they even tied the game before the half. 52-52 with 2 minutes left. I'm upstairs setting up for the show. Go downstairs to eat dinner, and in that time frame, we go on a 12-0 deficit. The Pacers go to 12-0 run before I could even get downstairs and lift up my sushi. I mean, and that's just how it goes, man. That's just how it goes. Oladipo went off. We have McBuckets coming in, Kylo Quinn coming and scoring on us. One of those nights, man. One of those nights. Bogdanovich beasted. Thaddeus Young had a decent game for them. We gave McBuckets 12 points. That was the best game McBuckets ever had in his career in the last 3 years. Because he damn sure wasn't doing nothing with us. So we gave McBuckets 12 points. I mean, listen, Tyreek Evans. Welcome back, Tyreek Evans. Came back and put it on us. We just didn't have the answers, man. We didn't have the pieces clearly. No Canner. No Money Mitch. Once again, no Frank. So, obviously your offensive firepower, part of it, in Canner and some of your defenders are gone. So it was going to be a tough night. But still, it's about effort, man. It's about effort. It's about guts. It's about culture. It's about defense or defensive principles. And I just don't see that with this team. I don't see a defensive culture in this team. And the thing that got me tonight is first off, Breen and Doris, for the most part, did a good job. I like Doris Burke doing the color commentary. She's very sharp. Very sharp. I like her on that color commentary. I love to bring in, at MSG every once in a while. When Clyde goes on vacation, bring in Doris Burke. Don't have Wiley and them doing the color commentary because they're not taking that serious. But the thing is that where they went wrong was Breen saying, "Oh well, we can't." Breen saying we can't establish a culture here. It's hard for the coach to establish a culture here because of the transitional nature of half of the roster, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, that's an excuse to me. You know what I'm saying? That's an excuse to me. I understand that we have players whose future is unpromised here, whose future is unguaranteed here. But it's for that reason that these guys should be coming out and developing a culture, developing a defensive culture, bringing the effort every night because their livelihoods is on the line as well. You know what I'm saying? Their livelihoods are on the line as well. So I feel like it's an excuse to say, oh, well, it's difficult for Fizz to instill that culture with the team because, guys are all over the place and guys don't know what the future is. Future lies for them. I feel like that's an excuse, man. These dudes are all playing for their livelihood. They should be showing up every night and putting it on the line every night. And it's up to Fizz to get that out of him. He has to get that out of him. Let's just call it like it is. He has to get that out of him. You know what I mean? You should still be able to build some sort of semblance of an identity and a culture. Even with the transitional nature of the team. And CP the artist, I agree with you. Lakers are different than they were culture-wise, but LeBron James is a culture, though. He's a one-man culture. Say what you will about his game. Say what you will about him being a great one. There's no player in the history of this era, of this generation, which is when he came in, after the Kobe generation. There's no other player that has that type of impact on teams. You know what I'm saying? So that's a LeBron James effect. I see that as a little bit different. Because in essence, he is the coach. You know what I mean? In essence, he is the coach out there. But I'd still say this team should be capable of establishing a culture, establishing an identity, no matter who we have on the team. No matter who we have on the team. How's Boston able to do it when they don't play with Kyrie or Gordon Hayward? Where's their stars? That's all I'm saying. Where's their stars? But shout out to everybody in the chat. Friday Night Knicks, what's going on? Shout out CP the artist, Jose Perez, Ronnie P, Dark Shadow Media. If this is your first time watching the show, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Let us know you're in here. Hit that hashtag new. Let us know that you're in here so we can shout you out. Let's go to the phones. First call of the night goes to Julian. Julian wants to talk about the draft. As usual, Julian, what's going on, man?
What's going on, CP?
Not these damn Knicks, man. Not these damn Knicks, bro.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it any better myself, man. I mean, tonight it's just. I get what you're saying with the whole, Boston situation where they have stars, but they're such a deep team. They have all sorts of talent, and they've drafted all of those lottery picks. I think Boston's like a different situation to what we have right now.
I'm not trying to compare, but I just say that I see other teams when they are devoid of that talent, they're able to come together. They're able to establish an identity. They're able to play for each other regardless of who's out there on the court. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, but I get what you're saying. But, seriously, who actually, is capable of scoring? Because Timmy's not feeling it. Timmy's hurt right now.
No, Timmy's not feeling anything right now,
man. So, take Timmy out of the equation. Who can actually score, 10 points a game consistently?
Yeah.
Other than the rookies. There's no one. This team is so garbage. It's so bad.
It's looking like a tank. It's looking like a tank, man. The tank is in full effect. We're just not a good team. We're just not a good team, man.
We're just not talented. So I understand what Breen was saying on the commentary. And I sympathize with Coach Fizz, especially for a night like tonight. Fizz can't dribble the ball with you. You have to go out there and handle your business and be a man.
Moutier was bad. Moutier was bad tonight, man.
Oh, everyone was bad tonight. There's no exception.
Yeah.
So, and again, obviously, tanking year, we're gonna have so many nights just like these, and it really sucks. But we're getting closer and closer. I got a question for you, actually.
Yep.
What do you think about that Cantor trade that Woj reported that they're talking about?
The Cantor trade for Zebo, right? That was one of the hot topics that started off the week. I was going to get into my hot topics a little bit later, but since there's no game to talk about, let's talk about it now. So a little Woj, not really a Woj bomb, but a little Woj water pistol, you know what I'm saying? Like a little water pistol shot. There's a little rumor saying that the Kings and the Knicks were discussing a potential expiring contract of Zach Randall for Cantor swap. I wouldn't mind it only if it's bringing back. We need to bring back an asset because then there's no point. You know what I'm saying? We need a pick.
Yeah.
Or an end of the rotation guy that might not be getting that much burn. It shouldn't just be for a salary dump because it makes no sense to me to do that. I wouldn't do that.
So would you take, I don't know, say because Iman's expiring as well. So would you take, I'd say Ennis for Zebo, Iman, we throw in Sealy, and then we get a second as well. Would you take that?
Yeah, I would definitely do that. And cut Shumpert. That's just bad vibes. I don't want Shumpert on the team. That's bad vibes. Get him out of here.
You don't like Shumpert?
Nah. I don't want him on the team, man. He underachieved too much, man. I don't want no Shumpert on the team, man. He can't come to the cookout, man. Shumpert can't come to the cookout, man. Nah, he's too Hollywood now. He's gone. He's gone. You know what I mean? Shumpert can't come to the cookout, man. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing here, man.
Yeah. No, that whole 14 season just pissed me off.
Yeah. But yeah, I say though, if it's coming with an asset, I'm all for it. I'm all for it if it's coming with an asset because the Kings are one of the few teams in the league with the space that can afford them. So, and they're playing well. Give credit to them, man. They're playing very well.
They have no incentive to lose because they don't have their pick this year.
Right.
Boston has their pick. So that's why they have
rich get richer, man. Rich get richer. What was that? What was the move that got Boston that deal? Was it Rondo? I don't recall.
It could have been that. I'm thinking the Kings probably traded it earlier, and then Boston probably got in some other move they made. But I know they have their pick. this year.
Okay.
Like, geez. Well, Danny Ainge, if we had Danny Ainge like starting 10 years ago,
yeah,
the Knicks would be in such a better state. Jesus Christ. Danny Ainge is like
he's amazing.
The Michael Jordan
He's amazing.
Of general managers.
Well, everything started. I mean, let's give credit where credit is due. They won the championship. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They won the championship, so that's where it all began. Because from that, they were able to leverage those pieces and turn that into that cachet that they got from the Nets. They fleeced the Nets. And then,
you want to talk about an all-time scam?
Completely scammed the Nets.
They really scammed.
Completely scammed the Nets.
That's like the ticket vendors outside of the Garden.
Yep, completely scammed.
That was so bad.
Completely scammed.
So what I came to talk about is Mr. Williamson.
Yeah.
The best. Yeah, I know I blabbed on about Cam Reddish, but realizing, watching that game against Wake Forest, I don't know if you got a chance to watch that the other day.
The Wake Forest, I think I got the highlights from that. Let me pull that game up. Go ahead.
The kid is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's watching him before in high school, I was like, yeah, I've seen that body before, but he's in Zach Randolph's body, but he's got this God-given athleticism that we've almost never seen before from a guy that size and that weight. It's the guy is unbelievable.
Yeah. So, I see all these people knocking his jumper and all that. Listen, man, I see a guy that can defend. I see a guy that can shoot. I see a guy that has power. I see a guy that has speed. I see a guy that can pass. I'm not sure what we're talking about here. I think people want to see a bust in this kid. I mean, I'm not going to say that he won't be, but I see a lot of things that I like about the kid. I see a lot of things that I like about him.
Yeah, I mean, it's so annoying that we live in this culture where we nitpick these young kids coming out of college. Because, there's very... I mean, look, everyone as an 18 and 9-year-old has flaws.
Of course.
Regardless of in their job.
Absolutely.
So you can't really, knock the kid. He's not fully developed yet. The kid's still 18 years old, and he already has... you can't teach what he has.
Yep.
You can't teach 6'7", 280 with a 45-inch vertical. You can't teach that.
You can't.
So he has the hard stuff done already. He just needs to get in the gym, get shooting shots, and hopefully those pinballs land in our favor come June.
Facts.
Or May, whenever the lottery is, and we get our hands on that kid. Because if we do, that's going to be a warning for the rest of the league.
Now, the only interesting thing is where exactly would he play? Let's say we get him. Are you putting KP at the 5 full time? Are you putting Knox at the 3? Or are you going to try to put Knox at the 2?
That's actually a really good question.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing I think about is is it a squeeze to fit him, or could he really fit? Would KP be willing to play the 5 full time? You got to think about that.
I don't think it would be full time. I think Fizz would stagger the minutes. I think that's what he would do. So we would only see KP at the 5 at the end of games and at the start of games. So, no, I think KP at the 5 makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
At least part time, because we know that Zion physically he has an NBA body already, so he could put a body on most centers these days. It's not like we're dealing with David Robinson every single game in the 90s. So, I think that could be a viable lineup.
Yeah.
Also, if we manage, I don't know, because if we manage to keep Vonleh, looking farther down the line, I think, yeah, that would be perfect. We could slide, because we had the similar questions last year about Duke's previous power forward, and that was Bagley. Like, where's Bagley play? And so he hasn't really transitioned yet, but obviously he's a much different player.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's a valid question. But with positionless basketball, I don't think it matters that much. I don't.
I mean, the thing is, you got to appease KP, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Part of it as being the elder statesman on the team once they get rid of Lance and Courtney Lee, his input is going to matter. So I think it's interesting. Obviously you don't want to pass up on the kid. He seems like a lock at the number one slot. And if you get him, you can't pass on him, just for the sake of fit. Yeah. You just got to make it work. Like somebody in the chat said, you got to make that shit work.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the time,
man.
CP. JL has missed the run game this time.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Jay. I'm trying to loop his chat in here. But yeah, JL has had to wrap up work, man. So he missed the good wins, but he didn't miss this bad loss tonight. He did not.
Probably the ugliest one of the season.
Yeah, it might have been. Might have been, man. I wasn't feeling that one at all, man. This game was borderline unwatchable, bro. But all right, man. I'll catch up with you on the next one. I'll catch up with you Sunday, man.
All right, bro. Talk to you later.
Yes, sir. That was Julian, usually checking in first. Shout out everybody in the chat. Ronnie P, Anthony Parasol, G. Andrezzi, Alex Collins checking in from Ireland, Frank Sandberg, Keith Sinclair, what's going on? Trying to get J. Ellis chat looped in here. Shout out everybody watching on Nick of Time Show, wherever you guys are watching from. And, yeah, man. Definitely subscribe to that channel. Like I said, if you're first time watching, give me a hashtag new so I can shout you guys out. And, yeah, hit me with a subscribe, man. Hit me with a subscribe. But yeah, it was just an outright ugly game. I mean, what were the positives? Did you guys see any positives out of this game? I mean, Vonleh looked pretty good. Vonleh looked pretty good. And now we're hearing rumblings that Philly might want him. Or the teams might be interested in Vonleh. So another question for the chat would be, because I see JB from Knicks Film School mention this, and it's an interesting idea. Why not trade Vonleh if you have Ricardo Custer? Ricardo, you haven't been subscribed this whole time, man. You've been watching the show, haven't been subscribed this whole time. Shout out Ricardo Custer, finally hitting that subscribe button below. We finally sold him on the channel. I guess he must be feeling bad for me or something tonight. Mr. Pouring Salt in the Wound says he's new. What do you guys think about maybe putting Vonleh on the block, though, man? What do you guys think about maybe putting Vonleh on the block? Trying to get an asset for him. And with the intentions of re-signing him in the offseason. That's not the worst idea. You know what I'm saying? That's not the worst idea. Yankees did it. I mean, baseball is a different sport, but Yankees did it. Yankees did it. People that follow baseball, Yankees traded Aroldis Chapman to the Cubs. Got Gleyber Torres in a prospect in that deal. Signed Chapman to it. Chapman went on to win the World Series with the Cubs. Yankees were able to sign him the very next year. And then they got this nice prospect in addition to it. So, who knows? Alex says he's likely to leave regardless. We don't know that. We don't know. Who knows? Who knows what the market's going to be for him? So then, shit, if we're going to lose him, trade him then. Even more reason to trade him if you're going to lose him. You know what I mean? Phone lines are up, 657-383-1509. Call up if you like. These guys say, yeah, baseball, no salary cap. Yeah, sure, that has a lot to do with it. That is a big difference. But, I mean, listen, who knows what type of promises that they made? Who knows what type of promises that they're making for him? You never know. At the very least, they got to look into it. You know what I'm saying? Look at his yearbook picture. Dude looks happy as hell to be a Knick, man. He wants to be a Knick, man. He wants to be a Knick. Father Pieces, what's on tap? Tonight's drink, Friday night, you always got to have a drink, especially when they lose, man. Another embarrassing loss on national TV. Drinking some whiskey tonight. Basil Hayden is a choice. Didn't want to endorse him without a sponsorship, but yeah, that's my drink tonight. Vonleh tonight finished with 12 points, 3 boards, 80% shooting. He was all right. He was decent. 2 steals, a block. Last 10 games, 9-10. There's gonna be some teams in that stretch run that could use him. There's gonna be some teams in the stretch run that could use him. I would look into it. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely look into it. What do you guys think in the chat on a Vonleh deal? Potentially. Michelle says we need to trade for vets. John Colazzo says Vonleh for who? A Philly cheesesteak. Coach E said Vonleh wants playing time, not getting that in Philly. But shit, he doesn't have any choice. If you're gonna trade him, you could trade him. He has no trade clause. Got to earn his playing time. But I mean, as a serviceable backup behind MB, that wouldn't be such a bad idea. Brandon Brandt says we could lose him. John Talento wants him back. Sign him back. John says he's not Chapman. I'm not comparing him to Chapman. I'm just saying I look at that as an example where, it's possible that you could trade a guy and sign him back. Frank Sandberg says ISO looked better. ISO looked better tonight. ISO was definitely struggling. Last couple of games looked like he hit a bit of a rough patch. Everybody said the contract weighed him down, as they usually do with anybody in New York that gets a new deal. Tends to weigh on him heavy. ISO had he only had 5 points tonight, 2 boards, 2 dimes, a block. 16 minutes, 2 for 2 tonight. It was an ugly game, man. Nobody really had a good game. I mean, Dotson's points were in garbage time. I thought in prime time, I think Dotson has taken a little step back. That's my guy, but Dotson is definitely, maybe he played a little bit over his head. I don't know. Maybe he played a little bit over his head, man. But yeah, you can call up 657-383-1509. You guys want to talk draft? You guys want to talk tank? You want to talk about the game? We can certainly do that. But Timmy 4 for 11, 12 points. Looked like he got hurt again. Looked like Timmy left the game again. Couldn't put much pressure on his knee or something like that had happened. So that's a concern. Timmy could use a rest, man. Give Timmy a little rest. Knox, 14 points, 5 of 10 shooting, 2 rebounds, 2 dimes. Bogdanovich was eating his food. Bogdanovich is a good player, though. Bogdanovich is a good player. Staffordon says the losing got to these guys. You might be right, man. You might be right. I mean, this team is 10-32, and we're only halfway there. You know what I'm saying? We're only halfway home. So, Jay Ellis's chat, I'm not sure what happened to Jay Ellis's chat tonight, so I'm going to just let my chat roll. If you guys want your chats to be seen, you got to come through to KnicksFanTV tonight. For some reason, I can't get Jay Ellis's chat in there. Yes, the effort was terrible tonight, man. The effort was just not there. But yeah, Stafford's right. The losing could be getting to these guys, man. The losing could definitely be getting to these guys. And like most of you guys said, we don't have the luxury of, the star player to lean on when we in tough times. So it's growing pains. It's another lesson learned. But I just thought the energy overall was lacking from the start. From the start of the game, the energy overall was lacking. Gary Singh says they're getting used to losing. It's quite possible, man. That West Coast trip, I'm sure, took a lot out of them. Well, Pacers were on a road trip as well, but Pacers are a top team in the East. I would have expected a little bit better effort. That's all. I wasn't expecting to win clearly, but that's a little bit better effort, given that we hadn't won that much. Somebody sent me a super chat. Tricks the Barber. Thanks for hosting. Tricks, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for watching on a Friday night, man. You guys could be doing anything. Could be out and about doing your thing. You know what I mean? Sitting here listening to me talk about a 10-32 team. And we only halfway. Man. Shout out Shells Heavy. What up, Shells? Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody watching tonight. Did you guys see the... This kid's Ja Morant. Did you guys see the Ja Morant poster? Some kid just teabagged this kid disrespectfully. Let's check this out, man. In slow-mo. I'll tell you right now. man. At number 3, I'd take a look at this kid at number 3. Let's see. ESPN's latest mock draft. I think this is maybe like last week, but they posted it. They posted it on IG. They have the top 2, typical Zion, RJ. They got Nasir Little 3. And they got Morant 4. They have us at 5 taking Cam Reddish. If we get that 3 or 4, I'm taking Morant. Definitely, I'm taking Morant. We need that. I like that attitude that he has. A lot of people like to knock his jumper. He's small, whatever. I'm drinking the Morant Kool-Aid, Coachies. I'm drinking it. I'm drinking it. Need a point guard, man. We need a point guard, man. We need a point guard. We need a point guard. You guys want to knock his shooting. It is what it is, man. Listen, he's in college, people. He's in college. I don't want to hear that jump shot is broken nonsense. These are college kids. Not saying it can be fixed, but it can be fixed. You know what I'm saying? It can be fixed. So, come on, man. We got to stop analyzing these kids in college as if to say that's what they're going to be stuck with in the pros. We don't know. And what are our options? You want to tell me you'd rather you want to try Cam Reddish at the point? Or you want to bring in another swingman? We need a point guard, man. We need a point guard. We need a point guard. You guys want to still try Frank at the point? I'm off that bandwagon. I'm down to keep Frank, play some defense. I don't know. I would take this kid, Ja Morant. I would definitely take this kid, Ja Morant. G. Andresi says Cam played point guard in high school. I guess, but I'd much rather somebody who's established at the point rather than somebody that can play point, but that's not really his primary position. You know what I'm saying? So, Michael Parker with the super chat. Appreciate you. Michael Parker says, not to beat a dead horse, but we need to trade Tim Hardaway Jr., even if we have to eat the trade kicker. It's a hard trade to make, man. It's a hard trade to make. You know what I mean? It's a hard trade to make. I think you're going to be stuck with Timmy. I think the best bet is just hope that the team improves around him, dropping his level of importance down some pegs. You know what I mean? Right now, he's number one in level of importance on a team that's going nowhere. On a good team, Fat Cat says Knicks need a new arena. What? On a good team, you want Timmy to be a fourth option, a third option, a fourth option, really. Probably a fourth. Javid the God. Appreciate the super chat, Javid. Checking in from Cali out west. He says we need Pablo to come teach him. I don't know. What do you guys think about this guy, Jarrett Culver? We had gone through Culver a little bit on the West Coast watch along against Golden State. I haven't really watched too much film on him. I'm gonna check it out. Looks pretty good. He definitely got the size. You know, some of you that want to supplant Timmy, maybe this could be the guy. You know. These are all options, man. These are all legitimate options, man. This team is sitting. This team is gonna crack that bottom three, man. This team is gonna crack that bottom three. I'm telling you. So, you know, Culver could be a guy. He's got size and defense, as someone in the chat alluded to. You know, could be an option. Could definitely be an option. Yeah, I'm gonna take a good look at him. Nick Reyes, what up? Warriors up 43-17 on the Bulls. Now that is a tank. Bulls tank is a formidable tank, man. They're getting rid of everybody. They traded Justin Holiday for 2 2s. Who knew Justin Holiday could even command a return of anything, much less 2 second-round picks? So the Bulls tank is formidable. But look, I mean, we lost tonight. We 10-32. They're about to be 10-32. We're tied for third, and they beat us. So right now the tiebreaker lies with them. Well, I think if we finish tied, I think you would still need to flip the coin for the pick. But Bulls tank is formidable. Don't sleep. Don't sleep on the Bulls tank. Don't sleep on the Bulls tank, man. That's a fact. That is a fact. LaShawn Jordan, appreciate the subscribe. Appreciate you. So here we go. Cleveland is locked in. Cleveland tank is damn, they're 8-35. That is crazy, man. That is crazy, man. 8-35. Phoenix 10-33. We're right there, man. Atlanta looks like they're trying to win some games. Atlanta looks like they're trying to win some games. 13-29. Gage Dream, he says, hopefully Cleveland lose that pick. Yeah, if there was ever a team that doesn't deserve the number 1 pick, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. They get that shit enough, man. They get it enough. Forget that. All right, let's do a quick sim. See what happens here. Ooh, they dropped us down to 5. Tankathon was not playing well on my first roll of the dice, man. See if the mock draft fares any better. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for your boy. Knicks took a huge L. Alright, so the first sim of the mock draft has the Knicks taking John Morant at 3rd. Got him taking John Morant at 3rd. I'll leave it there. I won't even click sim lottery. I'm just leave it right there, man. I'm just leave it right there. Let it marinate a little bit. Listen, you guys want to tell me you can't shoot? You guys want to tell me, yes, he's turnover prone? I'll take it. I'll take it. We need a point guard. We need a point guard. Because guess what? You can't take players just off of their limitations alone. If we went back at even, forget the superstars, at even all-star level players. Everybody had flaws, man. Everybody's draft report was, yeah, he has this, but here are the knocks. And they still could turn out to be good players. Like, yes, you have to take the positives and the negatives, but I don't harp on negatives with college kids, man. What's the coach for? Isn't the coach here to coach the players, help the players grow, help the players develop? That's what coaches are for. We just got a coach. I'm going to give him 4 years. Along those 4 years, we're going to have a couple more picks. We might be in the lottery, maybe one more year after this. Develop the players, man. CP says we need a veteran point guard. So who you want? You want Kemba then? Because Kyrie doesn't seem like a realistic option. If I'm going to get a veteran point guard, then I want somebody who's in the first or second tier. That's it. Preferably the first. Need somebody real. Brandon Brandt says Rondo. I wanted Rondo last year. That would have been a good pickup instead of Jarrett Jack. Even though Jarrett Jack is a leader, he's a good dude, he's a good locker room dude and all of that. I would have wanted Rondo last year for this team. Absolutely. We should have got Rondo last year. Could have probably helped Frank and get more along this year and last year. No Rozier. I don't want Rozier, Gage. I don't want Rozier. I definitely, CP, I agree with you. We could definitely use, if you let Burke walk, you can still get your point guard in the draft, or maybe you get lucky with a Kyrie, or maybe they do get a Kemba. You could still get, if you don't get those guys by free agency and you say you draft a point guard, you could still sign a cheap veteran that could help this kid along. I think that would be a prudent move. You know what I mean? I think that could be a prudent move. Pocket Rocket says, when is Frank coming back? I have no idea, man. No idea. They claim that first they said it was a ankle tendon injury. Then they said it was a sprain. I don't know. If they changing it like that, it to me it still means that he's gonna be out for a little bit, man. To me, it still seems like he's gonna be out for a little bit. Somebody said, "Are we giving up? Are we giving up on Frank this year?" No, I don't think we're giving up on Frank this year, but I think the early returns, you just don't know if he can carry this team on a full-time basis. I'm not confident that he could do that. I'm not saying that he can't help the team, but I don't see him as I just don't envision him as a long-term starting point guard on this team. I'll just be honest. Anthony Swinton, this is live and direct, baby. Live and direct. We here, man. Yo, call me up. Somebody call us up, man. I know you guys are disappointed in the losing. It's tough to get up for this team. But, listen, man. We can talk draft. We can talk free agency. Whatever you guys want to talk about. Anthony Swinton, this is live. This is live and direct, man. When I replay the stream, and by the way, the streams do get replayed throughout the course of the night into the early morning East Coast time, it will say replay on the title. If it says replay on the title, then it is a replay of the show, but the chat is live. Replay of the show, chat is live. So if people missed the original live show and still want to talk to each other like you guys are doing now, that's your opportunity to do so. That's why I replay the shows live, because people like to talk. As you see, people like to talk and debate. You know what I'm saying? Ernesto says, why do we want to win? No point. It's not about winning. It's about how we win and how we lose. It's more about how we lose. We don't like to lose getting embarrassed. Who likes to do that? I can accept the team going out and losing a close one when they put up the effort. That's acceptable. You can accept that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't accept, efforts where, they're just not showing up. You just can't accept it, man. You just cannot accept it. So That's why, games like this are hard to take. It's not about wanting to see a win. It's just wanting to see some effort, wanting to see some continuity on offense, wanting to see some defensive effort, want to see some toughness out there, even when you're overmatched. Sabonis is a good player, man. He's going to be a great player. I think he's going to be a great player. That's it. It's just about signs. Tonight was a bad sign. Just for tonight. I'm not talking about what it means for the future. I don't project that way. But I'm talking about tonight alone. You had a couple nights off. You had a rough road trip. Come out with a little more effort, man. Canner had the mud butt. Straight bubble guts. And Fizz is always a good politician and a good lawyer. Oh, he's got flu-like symptoms. He's got flu-like symptoms. My man said, I got 3 triple cheeseburgers here, 3 triple cheeseburgers here, this burger. My man was in the burger joint going to town. Like we used to be at McDonald's on the playground. You know what I mean? Like when McDonald's first had the 99-cent menu. Like my man was in Happy Land. But they claim he had the flu. All right. My man Chris came into town from Cali. He was right behind the bench. Had him up close and personal. And my man KP rocking the turtlenecks and joint. He looked like some money right now. Frank over here looking scared, as usual. Sean Shepard, what up, Sean? Tack, what's going on? Coach Cheeks, what up? Ceremony said, and I see Fat Cat, I see CP in there. I'll get to you guys in a second. Ceremony said, shout out Lane First Ceremony, checking in from Australia. He said, how is KnicksFanTV going for you compared to a year ago? The channel is growing, man. The channel is growing exponentially. The channel is really growing exponentially. I'm at 8,200 subscribers. Shout out to everybody who's been subscribing, who's been supporting, who's been liking the videos. The thumbs up go a long way. The thumbs up goes a long way. Sharing the videos go a long way. And, I think, people like the show. People like the stream. I think me and Jay Ellis have done a good job. I think we've done a good job of trying to bring some different content, not just the live streams, but I may have a couple exciting projects down the road that I'm going to be excited to share with you guys, potentially with the NBA. So knock on wood, wish me luck on that. But yeah, I might have some good stuff on the horizon. But yeah, Ceremony Lane Firth, the channel's been going good, man. But the channel is only as good as you guys make it. So when people subscribe, when people share, when people like or comment on the videos, that's you guys making it. I'm just here putting out the content, man. But you guys make it what it is. So I appreciate the support, man. All right, let's go to Fat Cat from the Bronx. Wants to talk about the game and get rid of Fizdale. Get rid of Fizdale, Fat Cat. What up, man?
Yeah, what's up, bro, man?
Talk to me, man. What's good, man?
You better than 98.7.
What?
You better than 98.7. Man. You the next Stephen A. Smith of this thing.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. Hey, listen, man. A lot of people just want to talk Knicks, right, man, and that's why we here, man. That's all.
It's the city of basketball, bro. We can't make it out, man. I don't know what's going on right now.
That's it, man. That's it.
I'm in the park right now, man, just looking at the rim, just watching KP shoot the basketball, but he ain't here. That's how bad I'm going through it right now.
So what you saying about Fizdale, man?
Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like he just be riding Moutier too much, man. Moutier is not it, man. Put Trey at the 1. Put the young boys in and let us die with our young boys. Moutier and them ain't gonna be here next year. Let's die with who we dying with. We dying. I
hear you, man, but
bro, I can't fix it.
I hear you, but I think the same way they view the rookies, I think they are also looking at Moutier as a potential option to bring back. So they're giving him that time to see what he could do. ISO's not a point guard. That's the problem. He's not a point guard.
And we tanking for the #1, bro. We not gonna get no #1 pick, bro. Like we might as well just play New York basketball and try to win, bro. That's a loser mentality. Trying to tank, man. Every year we tanking and never get the #1
but
pick.
Fat Cat, we don't have the talent to win. We don't have the talent to win, Fat Cat. They didn't sit Canner out tonight. My man sat himself out by stuffing 8 burgers down his throat. Like,
yeah, cause Fizdale, bro, you know, you can catch the NBA players' vibes when it's funny vibes on the team. It's already funny vibes with Fizdale, man. He already rubbing too many players the wrong way. Instead of just trying to implement his system, he's trying to make all the players happy. Moutier, all of that, man. Just put the best 5 on the court, bro.
I agree with. You know, they made it seem like, again, on the telecast tonight, they were saying how, you know, because there's so many transitional players that Fizdale can't set a rotation, and I thought that was nonsense. I think no matter what the situation is on a team, any coach coming in is going to establish their rotation regardless. Fizdale hasn't established a rotation because they don't want to establish the rotation. They are tanking. You know, he wants to come out.
Looking us look bad, baby.
Yeah, I mean, maybe so, but you know, they are intentional with this. You know, oh, this guy has to play, this guy has to start, this guy has to get rotated in. No, you don't. You're doing that because you choose to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
they gotta play the best players, bro. It's just crazy. I don't even feel comfortable. Like, all day, right, bro? Let me tell you, all day I wait for the fucking Knicks game, and they come on and get blown out, and I start arguing with my girl. This shit is crazy, yo.
Nah, man. Yo, listen, man. That's probably the best thing you could do right now is chill with your lady, man. Go get a drink, go uptown or something, go to Red Rooster, chill out. You know what I mean?
Nah, I can't. It's over. My night is ruined.
Nah.
We get blown about 20 points every night.
Yo, hang in there, my dude. But yo, definitely call back, man.
Yo, you ain't know, man. You got a fan for life, baby. You got a fan for life, baby. Keep up the good work, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. And just try to take it easy, man. That was my guy, Fat Cat in the Bronx. Fat Cat was tight, man. Fat Cat was tight, man. Shout out Fat Cat, man. Oh, man. That's why we do the show, man. All right, let me bring in my little brother. Checking in from ATL. He wants to talk about the point guard situation. Little CP, what's going on, man?
Whatever, man. Stop taking your own name, man.
How you feeling, man?
I don't know how I'm going to follow up after Fat Cat, man, but I'm going to try.
Yeah, he was good. That was a good call, man. He was funny as hell.
Yeah, that was a good call, man. That's a diehard New Yorker.
Yes, sir.
Yo, I was thinking if Knicks fans want to win, we got to get a veteran point guard
big time
next year. I don't think a rookie gonna do it.
No.
Even if you do bring in like Morant, whatever.
You still need. I'm old school. You know what I mean? I like to see them get like a mentor. Like Rondo to me would have been perfect.
Right, and I think he's only on a 1-year deal anyway. So
with the
we
Lakers,
could get a possibility of, because they're going to be cleaning house to make room for another free agent.
Right.
So it's like, you know, I think the Knicks should focus on like maybe getting a veteran. That way you'll have a better stability at the point, and then because I mean, yeah, we do need a point guard. I agree with you. Well, my thing is like, if we're picking high, why would we, you know, want to go into another season where we need to pick up a free agent? You know what I'm saying? A rookie point guard, is that going to attract Durant? No, I don't think so.
Probably not.
And then also we should also like look at Boston's situation right now. I mean, Boston. What if Kyrie is like unhappy? You know what I'm saying? I hate to bring up, you know, Kyrie again, you know, the whole wishful thinking. Mm-hmm. But it's starting to look a little bit more attractive for the Knicks because, you know, if we get a top 5 pick, right?
And he only verbally committed to them.
Things don't.
You know, he only verbally committed to them. So who knows? He could still walk out that door.
And it don't look like they're going to get any better. They don't look like they're going to get any better than me.
It seemed like they're having trouble with cohesion
what
with that Gordon Hayward. They're trying hard to get Hayward back into the groove. Sometimes less is more, man. Sometimes less is more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they got a salary, and they got bad salary cap issues.
Yes.
Because the thing is that either you're gonna pay what's that shooting guard? What's his name?
Who are you talking about? Tatum? Rozier? Tatum?
He wrote no, the other one.
Not Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown. Yeah,
Okay.
He's up for some money. Not this summer.
Not
I think
yet.
This summer coming.
Not yet.
So,
Probably the next one because he just came 2 years ago.
Yeah. So anyway, my point is like I think Kyrie could still look at his situation like, yo, I might not win a championship here anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust him.
So why not come to New York? So why not come to New York?
Yeah.
If we could open up some more cap room and get bring maybe Durant or maybe Kawhi.
Yeah.
I think I like Kawhi here.
Oh, I would love it.
To be honest with you.
I would love it. I would love it because you need a two-way player here. I would love it. I would take KD too in a heartbeat.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, but Kawhi Leonard, he that's the guy. That's the guy.
I think you could sell Durant on, hey, you could have your own legacy here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Play with KP.
Got to get Timmy out of there, man. They would have to hope that they could. It's a Timmy deal. The Timmy deal is what's holding everything up.
Agreed.
You have to
Agreed.
Hope that number one, it was Mills willing to give up on him. You saw the article came out a couple weeks ago where Timmy was praising Mills for believing in him when Phil Jackson and them didn't. So clearly, it seems like between Tim Senior and Mills, it seems like they have a good relationship with each other. So I don't know. I don't think they would bail on him so quickly unless they got some promises because it seems like they're pretty tight.
Well, they gave him that trade kicker. They gave him that trade kicker. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? They can't just give him away for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's right.
So it's like by every game, unfortunately his stock looks like it's decreasing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially with the injury now. I don't know where they're gonna go with it.
Yeah, man. That's about it, homie.
Yeah. All right, man. Enjoy the weekend, man. Appreciate the call, bro.
Yeah. It's my birthday. Send me $100.
Man, I'm sending you a live stream when the Knicks are terrible, 10-32, man. Take it or leave it, bro. Enjoy it, man. Happy birthday, man. Have a drink, man.
All right,
cool. My guy CP the artist, man. Happy birthday. So here are the top 20 or so free agents from Hoops Hype. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Smash that thumbs up button for your boy. Phone lines are up 657-383-1509. If you guys don't want to call in and you want to leave a fan Q&A, KnicksFanTV Dave or Alex Collins. Alex, you got to change your name to KnicksFanTV Alex, man. You know what I mean? But they should be circulating a chat, a link to the fan Q&A. If you guys have any questions, I can see that and I'll get to it. So let's look at the point guards and Facebook and Periscope. I'll get to you guys in a bit, but appreciate you for watching as well. Obviously, Kyrie's the top dog. You got Kemba, who is kind of growing on me still. Kemba's growing on me still, man. Depending on how this draft goes, all depend on how this draft goes and where we end up getting seated. Dragic, I don't like. Bledsoe, I don't like, and I see him staying with the Bucks anyway. Rozier, I don't like. I just don't trust him. I just don't trust him to lead a team outside of that Celtics team. To be honest with you, I could be completely wrong. That's just my opinion. I just don't think. I feel like this is a guy that will come here and take the bag and be completely average. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it with Terry Rozier. You know what I'm saying? D'Angelo Russell, he's having a bounce back year. Having a bounce back year for the Nets. Another guy I don't trust. I do not trust. Rubio, good point guard. Floor general, that's what you're looking for. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking for a perfect point guard. I don't really want Rubio to spend that money on. I don't really want Rubio. Good player though. Derrick Rose, most improved player or comeback player of the year for sure. Comeback player of the year. Would I sign him back? No, I would not sign him back. He's not the point guard that we're looking for. He's just in a point guard body. Boring Brian says you're wrong on Terry. He's a legit baller status. I didn't say he's not. I didn't say he's not. I just said I wouldn't trust him after we sign him to maintain. That's all I'm saying. Right now, as a player, I like him. Don't get me wrong. I like him, of course. How could you not? I just don't trust him. Dinwiddie is more of a scoring guard to me. And I think the Nets end up keeping him. They wouldn't let him come to the Knicks. I think Collison will be decent, but he would cost too much. He's already making $10 million this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about as a. I definitely wouldn't bring him in as a starter, and he's making too much to be a backup. Anthony Parasol says he's already signed with the Nets. All right, so Dinwiddie's out of there. Jeff Teague. I don't know. I think Teague. I don't know. What do you guys think about Teague? We need a playmaker, man. I saw that in the chat. We need a playmaker, man. Yeah, Dinwiddie signed with them. I don't like him anyway. I don't like his attitude. Let him stay with the bum ass Nets. He's got a Nets type of personality. He's got Nets written all over him. Yeah, Teague is old. I'm not really big on Teague. Somebody in the chat said bring MCW over. That boy should have stayed in college because he is Wash City. He better thank his mom, Killer Man 111. He better thank his mom that she took his paychecks when he first got into the league, because I don't wish that on anybody, but I think it's over for MCW. Patrick Beverly, too volatile. I like his attitude. You know, he's my kind of guy. He fits that 90s Knicks mold, but he's a little too out there. I don't think he'd be a good fit here. Brogdon could slip away, depending on the Bledsoe situation. Not making that much bread. Brogdon could slip away. Can he run a team? Or is he just a role player? 14-3 as of November. Isaiah Thomas, hell no, he's washed. He's finished. TJ McConnell, no. Rondo. Elfrid Payton, not the starter I'm looking for. Not really the backup I'm looking for. You know, I'm sure there are other guys on this list. This was just the top 18 that they had. You know, in terms of point guard options. I mean, it's either you draft Morant, you go for Kemba, and they say Brogdon is restricted. You go for Kemba. I know a lot of you guys don't like that. I think depending on who you draft, it might not be a bad play. Kyrie. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to commit to Boston. They say we sleep on Elfrid Payton. Killer Man, he likes Elfrid. Sterling says don't sleep on Elfrid. As a starter? Y'all like Elfrid as a starter? As a point guard of the future for this team? Armin says stop with this nonsense. We have Frank. I feel like he's being facetious. I feel like he's joking with the chat. Dark Shadow says I don't want him. I don't know who you're referring to. Shamori Pons, that would be excellent. Shamori Pons would be a great fit, man. Armin says you're bugging his Frank. I don't think Armin being serious, man. Let's go to Nathan from Jersey. He wants to talk about the horrible loss. Nathan, I already forgot about this loss, man. But what about it, man? How you feeling, bro? How you doing?
Hey, yo, what's up, man? Happy New Year. How you been?
Good. How you feel, man?
Yeah, good. Speaking of Spencer Dinwiddie, he already signed his extension.
Yeah, I heard that. Good riddance to him. I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with the team, but still, I think, in my opinion, right now we just go for the top 5 pick, I guess. So I'm just hoping we land somewhere in the top 3, top 4. But there's a lot more. There's a lot more teams now under 500. I mean, like especially in the Western Conference, like the Suns and the other teams there. But Cleveland will most likely get the number 1 pick because the way they're playing.
I hope not, man. They don't deserve it, man. They don't deserve it.
Yeah, Well, if I think the Knicks. To be honest, I want my number 1 target is Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
For the Knicks, but if not, then R.J. Barrett is another good fit for the Knicks. I think R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I would take R.J. as well. I'm not averse to R.J. Barrett. Definitely not averse to R.J. Barrett.
And then to the free agency side of it, I don't think, to be honest, if the big fish don't come here, like Kevin Durant and all, if I was the front office, I would just, like Steve Mills, I would just like go for like the second tier free agents and then look for trade options. Maybe trade off, like maybe look to trade Porzingis this offseason when healthy.
Ah, come on, Nathan, man. Man. No. Not doing that, man. I'm not trading KP, man. Why would we do that?
No, because to get more assets. Because to be honest, being stuck with one player that gets injured too much, maybe you can get more value for the team.
I'm not doubting your injury history with KP. That's certainly a concern. That's very much a concern with me. But his trade value is already going to be low because he's injured. So you can't trade him.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
So he's a restricted free agent, right?
Yeah, but no, you can't do that, man. You can't do that, man. Appreciate the call, though, man. I appreciate it.
No. Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate it. He kind of got me upset on that one, man. Somebody said they agree. Alexei says he agree. You can't trade him. You got to ride it out. Can't trade him yet. I do agree. I say it with KP. The thing about KP is that you just don't know if he can hold up at that 7'3" frame running around like he tries to run around. You don't know. You don't know, man. Nothing we cool, man, but I don't know, man. Between the loss and that comment, I was kind of, I don't know, man. Can't do that, though. You can't do that. What else? Max Kellerman. I can't stand this dude, Max Kellerman. Did you guys see this? With Max Kellerman talking about back on the KP topic. Listen to this if you guys didn't hear from what Max Kellerman had to say. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they said it's muted. Oh, my fault. Hang on. I didn't know it was muted, man. My fault. I'm over here laughing at this thing, and y'all can't even hear it, man. Hang on one second, man. Hang on. Let me get this thing turned up here. Give me a second. You guys can't even hear this. I'm over here cracking up. Give me a second. Let me turn this up. This guy basically said that we, along the lines of Nithin, he's basically saying that we should get rid of Porzingis. I'm like, are you crazy? Are you loco? Let me see if you guys can hear it now. Let me know if you can hear it. Give me a second.
I don't think that Porzingis should be consigned to this fate for the rest of his career. You got to let him go. They're going to ruin his career. This is such a bad organization. I do not trust
you guys can hear it now, right?
Commodity as precious as Porzingis.
I personally wish that ESPN would send you to L.A. You don't deserve to be in New York anymore. You're a traitor. The New York Knicks fan base has been subjected to this. Ooh, I don't want to use the word. You ain't thinking. You think about Porzingis? Hell with Porzingis. I don't give a damn about his feelings. Here's the check. Cash it and get on the damn court and play basketball. So Max Kellerman,
Stephen A.
a
said
native
trade
New
him.
Yorker, supposedly a Knicks fan, a diehard Yankee, a diehard Yankee fan, living in New York.
LA for 6
Hold
years. The New York Knicks are a laughingstock. I encourage New Yorkers to start sniffing around for other teams. Let Porzingis go. Let him go and be great somewhere.
Go to commercial.
Stephen A. said go to commercial.
Be consigned to this fate for the rest of
go to commercial. You know what it is with these guys though, man. You know what it is with these guys. It's like they have nothing to talk about like legitimately every day, so they try to come up with the most shocking and the most outrageous, ridiculous takes. But this was just beyond egregious. I mean, Max Kellerman has disgraced himself ever since taking over for Skip Bayless. It doesn't work out for that show, man, because he doesn't fit. At least Skip Bayless. What I like about Skip Bayless on those shows, yes, he does those shock takes, but he knows how to sell it. You know what I'm saying? Skip Bayless, you can actually believe that he's saying some garbage, but with Max, you can't even take him seriously. You can't even take him seriously. And there was an article by Stephen Bondi. I'm about to find it right now. And I don't like to rag on these journalists and things like that, but when these guys start peddling these takes and these articles that just don't make any sense, they're talking about Porzingis can leave during free agency. That's not true, man. That is not true. Yes, he could, but he's leaving $150 million on the table. You think he's that pissed? You think he's that pissed off that he's going to be an idiot and ruin his future? I mean, and then he goes on to say, there's word around the G League showcase that the Knicks are holding out Porzingis and there's beef there. Like, what? It makes no sense. It makes no sense, man. And I hate, like I said, I don't like criticizing people for their work, because I understand I don't consider myself media. I just talk Knicks. I press stream and I talk Knicks. But these guys, you got to understand one thing about the media, right? It's a competition. There's a competition for eyes. There's a competition for clicks. There's a competition for your audience. So yes, things are going to be sensationalized, whether it's TV, whether it's print, whether it's podcast, whatever the case may be. But at least make it somewhat believable. When you're dropping these things, at least make it somewhat believable. You know what I mean? Word is around the G League showcase, guys are whispering that they want to hold him out, and there's tension there. Am I gonna say it's there's no way it's true? I can't say that. I'm not there. I don't know. But from my experience growing up as a kid and reading the Daily News, when you actually have to read the physical paper, it's hard to take, especially when they're losing. And that's what makes the New York media get criticized so often, is because they create a cesspool. They create a cesspool. The toxicity that sometimes emanates around this team, in my opinion, is media-driven agenda that stirs the pot. It stirs the pot. And to me, I don't know Bonnie personally, I don't know him personally, but I feel like as soon as Isola got canned, Bondi kind of took that mantle as the chief stirrer of the pot. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's just my 2 cents on the topic. That's just my 2 cents on the topic. I just feel like these guys just want to report things for the sake of doing it. But I don't know. What do you guys think, man? Somebody call me up and let's talk Knicks. 657-383-1509. Let's go to let me see what's up with the fan Q&A. Shout out KnicksFanTV Dave. Shout out KnicksFanTV Alex. What's going on? Happy Saturday. Moving into the Saturday hour. Couple things. The show is in audio format. For those of you that listen to podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on iTunes, we're on Google Play, we're on Stitcher. If you're on those podcasts, follow me at KnicksFanTV. The show is going to be on there. I will have future interviews, future podcasts on there. We're getting ready to do a midterm good, bad, and ugly. Some of you guys saw that quarter season report. I'm getting ready to do the mid-season report, good, bad, ugly. So I'll have some of my guys within, I think Alex Wolf said he's on deck. I'll check with some other guys that's going to be on board for it. So it's going to be a good time. But anyway, in audio format on the KnicksFanTV, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, and yeah, man, that is where we're headed with things. Shout out everybody in the chat tonight. Coach Cheese, what's going on? Rokeen Poe, what up? Anthony Parasol, what's going on? Coach Cheese says they should ban him. Yeah, he did end up getting banned. And, people like to blame the Garden for how they handle things, but sometimes you look at it and kind of see why. Keith Sinclair says he only listens to Isola and Berman now when it comes to the Knicks. Crossfly Paper, what's going on? Lord Scientist, my guy Lord Scientist down in Texas, what up? Yeah, man. That's all that here for us. Gage, Dreeny, appreciate the subscribe, Gage. Appreciate it. If you guys are new, give me a hashtag new. Knicks1904, you look like you're new. Give me a hashtag new. For those of you that are just now watching us, appreciate the support as always, man. Appreciate the support as always. Let's go to Lex from Queens. He wants to talk about trading KP. Oh, this was Lex was agreeing with this, man. Lex, what's going on, man? Talk to me here, bro. What's the deal?
What's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
How you feeling, bro? I feel like you had called about this before, man, but go ahead.
I've spoken to. Listen, I'm Lex Malik on Instagram.
Yes.
I put it on your page on KnicksFanTV.
Yep.
Listen, I am all about the name on the front. All right.
Okay.
I am tired of suffering.
Okay.
All right. And KP, though he is good, he has a great skill set.
Mm-hmm.
He does not have the skill to put us over the top. Not even the AC. So. Why can't? And this,
but why does he have to do that though? I'm listening. Go ahead.
If he's an A, do you rank him as an A player? He's an A player, right?
Not to me. Not A1. He's not an A1 player to me. He's not. But that doesn't mean I want to trade him.
So what?
Does not mean I want to trade him.
I understand, but if we can get at least up 2 B players. Wouldn't that be a better suit? Like
no, because this team is not being done built. This team is not done being built though. The team's not done being built. You can't trade him now when his stock is at its lowest. That wouldn't make any sense either though.
But on the potential we could trade him. Listen, I'm tired of seeing him jack up threes. He's not that dude to me. He's just not that dude. He's nice, but he's not that dude. And who can we blame now? This is going on 20 years.
Yeah.
Who can we blame, CP? It's frustrating to see cats do well for 3 games and disappear on the bench. It's going from this coach to that coach, and we cannot blame the owner anymore. You can't come to New York City.
I always thought that the ownership blame was overblown. Yeah, you can blame him for being too hasty on the Melo trade, but, you know, other things, I don't really see it. You know what I mean? I feel like the things that we want for him to do, that he can do, he'll do it. Whether it's a coach, whether it's a GM, whatever the case may be, or trying to get a player. The KP thing, no, I don't look at KP as an A1 player. I look at him as a 2 or a 3. Because primarily his durability, we hasn't been able to finish seasons yet. We don't know what he can do as the guy. I don't see him as being that guy. I don't want him to be that guy. I feel like if you take some pressure off him and bring a stud alpha dog in here where KP can kind of relax but still get involved in the offense, I think that's where he's better suited. I don't think we want him to be the A1 alpha dog of this team. I don't think we want him to be that. In my opinion, we should.
We're about to pay him like an A1 player.
Say that again?
We're about to pay him like one.
You have to.
We're in the process.
You got to. That's the nature of the beast. That's just the name of the. That's the cost of doing business, bro.
I agree. I'm just gonna say this. And I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
CP, love the show. I'm gonna say this though. If I bought a new car, right? Let's say a high-end car.
Yeah.
And the first month or 2, it gives me 4 or 5 problems on a continuous basis.
Yeah.
It's time to go. It's time for me to downgrade to some American nice Chevrolet.
So I'll tell you this. If that's the case, you would have bailed on Stephen Curry, and that would have been a bad move. You know, and on the flip side, we just don't know. We just don't know. I think I agree with you, because at 7'3", I don't trust that he's gonna be able to hold up over time. I just don't trust it. I don't think he will.
Absolutely.
I hope he will, because I love KP. But at that size, the way he plays, I don't know if he's gonna hold up for a good amount of time. I mean, it's 82 games plus playoffs. That's a tough grind for a guy that size.
CP.
Yeah.
CP. But if the heart wasn't broken for 10, 15 years, you have the luxury to say, you know what? I don't know. Let's wait and see.
Yeah.
But as someone who's been waiting for 25 years and better, we can't play around with this. Like, oh, you want to give us a first-round pick and a decent B player? Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
I wouldn't do that. You gotta have patience, man. You gotta just see how it plays out. Like I said, at the very least, let him play first before you even think about even trying to make any moves. Right now, he's not worth much to you.
How many years he's been in the league? How many years he's been in the league?
This is his 4th. This is his 4th when he come in. He came in. This is his 4th, I want to say.
You know,
2015.
I know you know what I'm talking about. You understand where I'm coming from. But I got it. We already invested.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. I know
man.
it. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it, Lex.
Appreciate
it, Lex. Damn, I feel like Lex set off the calls. Now we got calls coming in. We got Lex pissed off the people, man. Lex pissed off the people. All right, here we go. Let's talk to Mike from Monroe. He wants to talk about the general direction of the team. Mike, are you with Lex or are you not with Lex in terms of this trade KP talk?
Not with Lex, man. I think the big problem is like there's like what, maybe 10 players in the entire NBA that would consider the 1A.
That's it.
Guys.
Superstars.
I mean, you got Yeah, you got your Giannis, your Hardens, your LeBron.
Yes.
I mean those are
and Giannis hasn't proven it yet.
Type players. Yeah, and that's true. That's true. I mean, in terms of like affecting winning, I mean, even you got guys like Lillard, who's a stud, but I mean, he's not getting his team past the first or second round in the playoffs and stuff like that. So you have to accumulate multiple good players.
You need at least 3, man. Look what Golden State is trotting out with in these championships. I don't count Draymond. I count 3.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. And Draymond, you put him on the Knicks, and he's not putting up those numbers
He'd
without
be
the
terrible
other guys. So
by himself.
It's getting the right mix of players.
Yes.
And I mean, at this point, you drafted him. You could have been stuck with like Okafor, or you could have been stuck with Russell as a main piece. I mean, he's at least when he's healthy, he's an all-star caliber player.
I agree.
So you pair him ideally with another all-star caliber player, and then you get lucky in the draft, and now you have a set of maybe 3, even if they're not all 1A players. I mean, obviously Durant and Kawhi are 1A type players.
That's right.
But you put, that would be lucky if you could get one of those guys, but you pair him with a Morant or a Zion in the draft. That hopefully they're another, even if they're a 1B type player, then you get KP, and then hopefully you land a free agent, and that's your 3 guys to go at people with. So
I agree. You got to get lucky, man. But like you said, there's very few and far between in terms of guys that you could really consider a franchise building piece that you can legitimately put the franchise on and he'll deliver for you. KP needs to be like 3rd.
Instantly becomes like perennial playoff, championship teams. You can count them on one hand.
Absolutely.
So to say that's a knock on KP, that's just not a knock on KP. That's a knock on the league. I mean, it's just like, look, everyone's loving what Kemba's doing this year, and they're getting blitzed right now out in the West Coast by like 30 points. I mean, that team's a fringe playoff team. It's like those. Everyone needs like multiple good players in the NBA now. You need multiple stars.
Yeah, it's luck. It's luck in getting those guys. Got to get lucky to get those guys.
I mean, they got to get lucky to get those. I mean, obviously, with the draft changes, you got a really small percentage to get like a Zion, looks like a big time piece.
Yeah.
I mean, but hopefully you can develop. I mean, there's other good guys in the Culver, Morant. There's other good pieces in the draft that could help, even if you're slipped to 3, 4, 5. But I mean, they're going to have. My biggest thing is they have the defense. Fizdale, I thought, had the idea to bring in a defensive culture and a defensive identity, and he kind of. I mean, they don't play. They have no dogs on defense. I mean, Mitch and Frank play defense, and they're hurt. So I'll give him some credit there. But I mean, they got to find a way. Hopefully, this Cantor trade has something to it, and hopefully, and I think, like you said earlier, I think time to move on from Burke too. I mean, the guys that are playing for these contracts, and rightfully so. I got nothing against them playing for their future in the NBA and their contracts, but the direction of the Knicks should be is, we're getting up 125 points daily now to these teams that really aren't offensive-minded teams. Like
I was hoping Fizz would have helped us. Even though we don't necessarily have, defensive stoppers, so to speak, by and large, I would have thought Fizz would have helped some of these guys maybe overachieve a little bit, man. But these guys just aren't. I don't know, man. It's just the same. It's more the same defensively.
Yeah, but I mean, you would agree. I mean, like they ran out that one lineup with Frank, Dotson, Vonleh, and Mitch for a set of 7 or 8 games or something like that. And they had some struggle. I think that one Orlando game where they Frank was missing a bunch of shots early and they got down big. But for the most part, I mean, I think the analytics said that team had a plus net rating and it held teams under 100 points defensive rating.
Right.
So they were
that was our best defensive lineup.
And Fizz came back with he switched the lineup because they weren't quote unquote winning. Right. So my issue with that is I mean. At that point, it wasn't about the development tank, which we've all been talking about. It was about trying to get more wins on the court. And Moutier has scored, and I'll give him that. He's not really a point guard because he took 18 shots and had 2 assists tonight. So, I mean, he's jacking up a lot of shots. And that's what I feel like it's promoting what Timmy, under Budenholzer, got sent to the D-League. And they told him, you're not coming back up till you play defense, until you help the team. And I feel like he's come here back, and we revert back to old Timmy, which is shoot bad shots, get lit up on defense on a daily basis, on a nightly basis, and that's not. And he's making
Let it fly.
You know what I mean? Like, where's the thing about like sitting him?
Yeah.
You know, when
he's the only one.
Up bad shots and
he's
then gets
the only one. Maybe they're waiting for Isaiah Hicks to come in and toss Timmy to the side. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe it's a one-for-one.
I mean, I wish. I don't know. I mean, they got. I mean, there's a lot of guys, you know, trying to make their money and get for their next contract. But I think, like, you know, ideally switch out a few of these guys. I mean, I don't know. There's got to be a couple guys in the G League. I mean, they had Kadeem Allen in the thing. I know he leaves his heart on defense and stuff like that. You know, I just want to. You know, I don't even care if they put up 85 points. It's much better it's just a layup line the whole game, and that's what. And then the offense is a lot of like one-on-one, and you know, they're shooting more threes, which is good, modernizing the offense. I agree with that, but I mean, and another thing about tonight was Knox. He had 5 shots, and then the last 6 minutes of the game, he got another 5 in the garbage time or whatever. But it was late in the fourth, and he had 5 shots when Burke, Moutier, Hezonja, and Timmy all had like 12+ shots.
Facts.
Like, those 4 guys should not be getting those looks. It's Knox they don't run any plays for him.
Yeah, they really don't.
Sometimes.
They really don't. They don't run any plays.
And that's the part of the development thing that I really hope, you know, they maybe they still got half the season. So, you know, Mitch and Frank will definitely help to come back, and I hope they'll get, you know, whether or not Frank is the future point guard or not, I guess obviously is a remain to be seen. I do think he has a role because, you know, if they do get lucky and they get a big time scorer in the draft, or even like or someone that can put the ball in the basket, or get a Durant or Kawhi or someone like that, and then Frank turns into be like the 5th option on a team and just defense, passing, move the ball and hit an open occasional look, he can be all right. But you know, Mitch has a role too, and they're playing a little shorthanded. And I mean, because Cornette is, you know, stuck in mud, he can't defend anyone too. So, you know, Vonleh is really one of the few guys that actually looks like a positive. The question is he's almost playing himself outside of like too much money for us to spend. So.
You might have to really consider trading him. Real talk. You might have to consider trading him.
I mean, it was actually, you know, I mean, they have no cap hold on him. Yeah. So in terms of, you know, we don't have his rights, so you know, trading him or not trading him doesn't keep our chances to keeping him next year anyway. So, I mean, if you can get a couple small assets that then maybe those assets can help you move Courtney Lee, you know what I mean? Like, to free up more money? Because if they move Courtney Lee's money, then actually they would have spot for, say, Durant's max, and then they could even bring back Vonleh. If actually they just kept the roster the way it is, they have a room for maybe a max, and that's about it. So it actually helps more if you can move a contract. I mean, we'd all love to move Timmy's contract, but that's seems
far
and far after he's shooting like 35%.
He's not helping the cause as we get closer to the trade deadline. He's going this way. Trade deadline. I mean, this way.
I mean, he's a high volume shooter, and I do think that like his ultimate role is a 6-man, and like when he doesn't have it, you can just sit him. And obviously, he's not made out to be a number 1 role. My biggest issue is they obviously have a lot invested in him. You know, he's $18 million. He's got 3 more years. Like the way Budenholzer changed his ways in terms he became a better shot selection. He committed more on the defensive end. Like I don't care if he's needed to be more offense. He still should be playing the right brand of basketball for his role.
Right.
Like if KP's back, they signed a free agent and they drafted him. Tim Hardaway becomes the 4th best player on the team, which is where he should be aligned with. But so he should still be playing that way, rather than trying to mold him into this number 1 role and him hurting the other parts of his game. Which, you know, I mean, he's still a good enough athlete to should be able to stay in front of like, you know, Bogdanovich, or I mean, I know he can't, you know, Oladipo is going to score on most guys, but he gets lit up by, you know, mediocre players on a nightly basis because I think he feels like he has to exert so much energy on the offensive end because we don't have a lot of, but he totally never gets, you know, held accountable for horrible defense. You know, him, Cantor, and Moutier, I think their defensive ratings are atrocious this year. Some of these guys, like worse in the league.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate the call, Mike. There's some good points for sure.
Hey.
Thanks a lot, man.
I appreciate it. You're doing your thing. All right, man.
All right, man. Have a good weekend, bro.
Have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Yep, you too.
That was Mike from Monroe. Says, when is Timmy going to be held accountable? When is Timmy going to come before the judge? I don't know. All right, Lou. Lou from Jersey wants to talk about the bad team. Lou, what's happening, man? How you feeling tonight? Obviously not good.
Very disgruntled. You know, watching, of course, the later stages of tonight's game, and another travesty in this melee of the franchise over the last few seasons, and of course, it's gotten worse. And Porzingis, of course, was a big letdown, getting hurt, and of course, when he goes hurt, the whole team seems to go down.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what can you do? Injuries are part of the game, man. You know, they just got to they just got to try to.
But does that mean the whole team has to suffer?
Well, they don't have the talent, though, Lou. I mean, that's pretty evident. They don't have the talent. The talent just isn't there on this team. You can't force them to become, you know, better than what they are. They are what their record says they are. They're a 10-32 team, and they look like it out there more nights than not. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. They look like a 10, even worse than last year. Even worse than last year. You know? At least you can get delusional about Beasley and stuff like that. Say that again?
Yeah, Fizdale wasn't done much of a job as a coach.
Well, I mean, listen, I try not to criticize the coach because number one, he just got here. Number two, the roster stinks, and I want to give him his full 4 years. I want to see this play its way through when they actually get some real players in here, whether it's through the draft or through free agency.
Well, if we do get the draft, do you really see with the Williams from Duke? Do you think the Knicks would draft him? First of all, I don't even think he's even ready for the NBA material. But I hear that the Knicks, might be posing some interest.
If they get the number one pick, you have to take him. There's a no-brainer. You have to take him. There's nobody else in this draft that's deserving of the number one pick than him. We know whether or not you think he's a lock. That's another story, but you have to take him.
No. Even though he's only a freshman.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I mean, that's part of the course these days.
These people are, they had a great the first year and they think they're ready for the pros when, actually they still got some growing up to do.
Absolutely, and that's part of the reason why.
Physically as well as mentally.
Absolutely, and that's some of the knocks on the league is that, you have a lot of these one-and-done players coming in who aren't necessarily ready, and that overall cheapens the product, waters down the product, because they're not polished. But I'm still taking this kid. Yeah, he's a freshman. I'm taking him.
And, of course, what if you get hurt, then what do you got?
Well, I mean, like I said, Blue, injuries are part of the game, man. You can't worry about whether a guy, what if. You know what I mean? You can't worry about what if. Injuries are a part of the game. The guy gets hurt, a guy gets hurt, man. And appreciate the call, Lou. Have a great weekend. You can't worry about it, man. You can't worry about it. But this kid is a stud. This kid is a stud, man. Shout out everybody in the chat. Quentin, we're going to get to you in a second. What's everybody in the chat saying? Oh, Mars Jetson wants to talk about John Morant because he definitely did dunk on somebody. John Morant definitely did dunk on somebody. We're about to pull that up. We're about to bring that guy forward to the congregation because John Morant. We're gonna get to Mario in a minute. Sorry, Mario. We got to go to this dunk on John Morant in slow mo. Ooh. Ooh. That was filthy. That was filthy, man. Ooh. That was filthy, man. I listen. I like Morant. You know, a lot of guys want to knock him. I like him, man. He just has that dog in him, man. And when we get through this advertisement and get to the Morant highlights, he just has that dog in him. You know what I mean? I like that's what I like to see in point guards. I like to see them have that passion of the game. You know what I mean? That undying energy. You know, you could see it. He has that dog in him. That's what I like to see, man. That's what I like to see. Shout out, Lou. Let's get to Quentin. Oh, Quentin, we lost Quentin. I don't know what happened to Quentin. Quentin, if you're still there, you can call back. If you guys want to call back, I'll probably wrap up in a little bit. But if you guys want to call back, I will certainly field your phone calls. Let's see what the chat Q&A is saying. Mario seems like he wants to stick around. I don't know how receptive you guys would be to that, but here's what Mario had to say.
I love New York, man. I love New York. As I said, this coaching staff, like, I wish I had them in my rookie year, man. I'm not saying anything bad on what I had. Like, it was just rough and unfortunate situation, what happened to me, but I wish they were in my coaching staff in the rookie year. We'll be talking a different story right now. But, yeah, I mean, I'm happy to be around them. Even when I wasn't playing, I just say, like, how much important they are for me and how much room I still have to, like, for growth, for learning the game and all that stuff. So it's big time for me. So I love this team. I love everybody over here, man. Like,
I love everything. I love New York. I love everything.
So I'm focusing only on here, and this is not a typical BS talk. You know, I'm only thinking about this. I don't know what's going to be.
I love everything.
But this is it. Like, I love New York, man.
Mario set. He says he's staying. Despite what you Knicks fans want, he said, I'm staying. He said, I know what the deal is for my future. You don't know. That's what Mario said. He's been playing all right. Last couple of games, he's been playing all right. I wouldn't bring him back. Unless he's going to play for the same contract, a minimum deal. I'll let him take Lance's spot. You can take Lance's spot. We'll get Lance out of here. Get Lance on the first flight out. You see, Lance has hired some new agents. Lance is trying to position himself. Rightfully so. You got to take care of your business, man. You got to take care of your business. So, Lance has changed his agents, and you know, he's gonna be make a splash in free agency. Listen, I mean, Michael Harris, appreciate the subscribe, Michael. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the family, man. Appreciate you for coming on board. You know, Mario says all the right things. He's a team guy, obviously. But, you know, he can't bring back everybody. And he's got an uphill battle to be brought back, you know. Alec Collins says he's delusional. He probably thinks he's about to get paid. He might. He had a good little 3-game stretch. He's probably like, all right, let's go. Or you might be talking about Lance. Lance is about to get paid. I don't know, man. Here's Sir Charles. Sir Charles never really has a good thing to say about the Knicks, but for some reason he likes Canner.
Between Enes Kanter and Zach Randolph, if the Sacramento Kings get Enes Kanter, they're going to make the playoffs. So thank you. I love Kanter.
90 seconds.
People don't like him. He's that good? I think he's a really good player. Between Enes.
Yeah, Charles says he likes Kanter. He says he's a really good player. Says if Kanter goes to the Kings, they'll make the playoffs. That's what Kanter says. And Dave, I dropped the phones. We'll just go to the Q&A and then wrap up. Charles actually bigging up the Knicks. Here's my Kanter joint from earlier. I don't know if you guys heard him.
60 seconds.
Repping all his burgers and whatnot. They said it was the flu. This is why this man was really out eating 7 burgers. Look at this.
Hey, after
Look at
a
this.
long trip, I'm having my
This guy looks like he got the flu to you.
Three triple
patties with eggs and sauces. I got my French fries. I got one burger here, two burger here, two burger here, four burger here. I'm very excited about it. Let's do it. Bon appetit.
Yo, Cannon was so damn excited he couldn't even finish his words. My man ate 3. I don't know if he ate all that, but if he did, and that's the reason why he's out, you know why. Because my man ate 3 triple cheeseburgers with a fried egg on it, and then 4 regular cheeseburger, all the sauce, whatever. Come on, bro. You're killing yourself. I don't care if that's a cheat day or what, man. That thing is not coming out. It's not coming out well, man. That thing is not coming out well. I don't care how much you can eat. Forget that. He was so damn excited he couldn't even finish his sentence. He just ate for 10 people. And Fizell said he had the flu. Yeah, all right. That dude's stomach is probably in knots right now. All that red meat, man. Oh, that boy got the mud butt souffle cracking right now. What else happened? Other garbage take from Stephen A. He says the Nets can offer more of a future for KD than the Knicks. What do you guys think about that? Now the Nets are the 6th seed. Anytime the Nets get some sort of success, they always... Cannon didn't play, for those of you that just joined late. He didn't play. They claimed he had the flu, but by the looks of that video, yeah, he had the bubble guts. Anytime the Nets get some sort of success, they always try to link it to the Knicks. Like, oh, look at the Nets. They're now in the playoff race, and look at the Knicks. Knicks are trash. Whatever, man. They're always going to be little brother. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Do they have a brighter prospect because they're now in a playoff race and the Knicks aren't? That can change in a heartbeat. In one draft, in one off season, all that can change. So don't tell me that a team has a brighter future just because they suddenly are in the mix of a playoff race. Washington Wizards hadn't missed the playoffs since they got John Wall. Do they have a brighter future? Did they have a brighter future? You know what I mean? Yeah, Cochise. That boy had the mud butt. He had the runs. Fizz. Oh, he had the flu for the past 2 days. Yet he went to the burger joint. Look at him. Looking like a kid at Disney World. Look at him. He was thrilled. Armin says Luka Doncic is killing it tonight. Yeah, I'm about to go. I'm gonna go watch some Luka Doncic. See what's going on, and enough of these Knicks. They've had enough of my time tonight. Sunday we're back. Knicks and Sixers. So we'll be back for that game. We'll be back for Knicks and Sixers, man. Let's see what the chat Q&A has to say. I had to switch my hat, man. I was getting hot under these lights. LPDO24, always an active member of the chat Q&A. He says, with KP coming back, Knox needing the ball to score. Oh, this is quite a lengthy one. Let me drop this down. With KP coming back, Knox needing the ball to score, and Mitch rolling to the rim and Timmy chucking shots. Also adding another scorer through the draft. What type of point guard do you think would fit that core? I believe Frank is the type that we need. His biggest issue is being consistent with his 3-ball. He doesn't need the ball in his hand to fit with that core. I mean, if Frank can show that he can facilitate and run the offense at full time, maybe he can be the guy. But we haven't seen enough. We still haven't seen enough, and he's not healthy. Now he's not healthy, so time will tell. You know what I'm saying? Time will tell, but I think any of these guys, Kemba can fit with that core. Kyrie can fit with that core. Give me Dame Dollars here in a couple years. I'll wait for Dame Dollars. LPD again says Fizz preaching up-tempo style of play. With KP, Mitch, and the lack of shooting that we have, do you think that's the best style of play as opposed to more defensive grind or more half-court system? No, I think, you know, you have to keep up with the trends. The trends is a more up-tempo style of play. It's a faster pace. And I think that's what Fizz wants to do. We just have to have the horses to do it on a consistent basis. Moutier has done it well at times. And even when he does push the pace, you know, sometimes you just can't put it all together. Sometimes you just can't put a complete game together. But I don't see anything wrong with that. I think you know, you have to keep up with that momentum. It's an offensive game. You know, it's an offensive game now. You're not keeping teams under 90 points anymore in the NBA. You'll be lucky if you keep them under 100. So you know, if you're not gonna stop them, or you know, be as formidable on defense, you have to be able to maintain and get more possessions. Isaac says, do you see Kevin Knox as a long-term fit for the Knicks? Absolutely. What should we do if KD, or if we get KD or another small forward? You can play KD at the 4. Kevin Knox is definitely locked in. I see lots of potential for Knox, man. Definitely. I see the sky's the limit for Knox. Absolutely. Last question. CP the Artist says, would you trade this year's pick, Knox, and salary for Anthony Davis? 100%. 100% I would do that. Count me in. If it were that easy to get AD, no question. Welcome to the Knicks, Unibrow. No question about it, man. Sign me up. I'm taking AD. 100%. You know what I mean? Alex thinks if we get KD, Knox will be traded. You think so? You think that would definitely happen? I want to keep Kev. I like Kev. Man. You know what I mean? All right, fellas. I'm about to get out of here. It was definitely a good show. We made something out of nothing. You know what I mean? Made something out of nothing, man. What more can you say? Did what we could do, man. We lost the game, but we had a good show. We had a good conversation. And yeah, man, I'm proud of it, man. Salute to everybody who joined us tonight. Salute to all the new subscribers, all the new watchers. Thank you to everybody who donated a super chat. One thing I want you guys to know, I never require you guys to leave donations or super chats. I just want you to support the show. But if you do leave those donations and super chats, it goes right back into this show. I have a lot of aspirations. I have a lot of goals for this channel. And when you guys donate, it goes right back into this. And if you was with me from the beginning and seen how this channel has evolved since then, you'll see that. You know, we brought on the calling system with the switchboard. We got the restreams. You know, all that shit, all that stuff costs. So anything that you guys donate, it doesn't matter what it is, even $1, it all comes back into the show. I don't keep anything for any outside expenses. I'm good on that. I've been blessed. These funds from the show go right back into the show. Secondly, podcast. If you're on Spotify, if you're on iTunes, if you're on Google Play, if you're on Stitcher, look me up on KnicksFanTV. The audio of the shows will be on there, as well as other content that I will be putting up there in the future, whether it's interviews, whether it's other podcasts, stuff like that. And the live stream replay will start up the first one at 2 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and 12 noon Eastern Time. So if you missed it, you'll be able to chat with your fellow Knicks fans in the chat. It's a replay of the show, but it's a live stream of the chat. You know what I mean? So that's my piece. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm active on all those platforms. Whichever one you're on the most, follow me there. KnicksFanTV, very easy to find. Shout out Jay Ellis. He'll be back on Sunday. Knicks versus Sixers. Early show, early Sunday show. And yeah, man, appreciate the subscribers. Appreciate the support. Nick Reyes said from IG Live to this. That's what I'm saying, man. We evolved, man. Keith Sinclair, good show as always. Appreciate the support, Keith. You're always in here, man. Alex, appreciate the call. Alex, we're not trading KP, man. Keep the faith. French Nick over in France, waking up early, drinking his coffee, peeping the show, man. Have a good weekend. The Shells, appreciate you. Armin, appreciate you. John Talento is in here first. Always in here first. Appreciate it. Julian, appreciate it. Ernesto, thanks a lot, man. Coach East, appreciate it. He always in here as well. Mars Jetson. James from Flatbush, even from the Nets fans showing love. That means a lot. Anthony Parasol, appreciate it. Knicks 1904, thanks again. Killer Man, thanks again. Thanks again for everybody that called in. CP the Artist, appreciate you as usual, man. Check out my other videos at the top right. If you haven't seen it, it's a little eye icon at the top right. Check out my other videos. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Any feedback, you guys can always email me, KnicksFanTV@gmail.com. Sean Jordan says, where did I get this hat? I got this from, you can get it anywhere. It's a widely available hat. So I don't know if you're talking about this one or you're talking about this joint. I like this one a lot. I like this joint's real dope. But both of them you can get it on any apparel site, man. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Sunday, early matinee, Knicks versus Sixers. See if we can get a W, man.